Okay, so it's time to record a YouTube video. That's what's on my schedule for today. That's the agenda. I have to talk about the new things that are going on in the world of D&D and tabletop role-playing games, right? All those exciting announcements that just came out over the past weekend, where I'm supposed to be talking about the drama and the controversies and the outrage. I'm supposed to be criticizing the big greedy corporation or whatever other company and the latest terrible thing that they've done. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to talk about those things. I want to talk about something that I feel some passion about. I want to talk about things that interest me, that energize me, that hopefully will energize you. In fact, if there's anything that you take away from this video, if there's one single takeaway, it is that. Do something that you are passionate about. Now, I talk mainly about tabletop role-playing games and fantasy adventures, but I guess you could apply this to many areas of life. But whether you are creating a new character or prepping for an adventure or trying to plan out a whole campaign or design whatever other thing, go with what is stoking the fires of your inspiration. So how do you do that, right? How this is all like abstract language. Okay, what can you do? Well, you can just be calm for a moment, relax, right? Sit somewhere or lie down somewhere or walk somewhere, relaxing, turn off distractions. So yes, you'll have to turn off YouTube or your phone or whatever. All distractions, let go of them and think, what is it that's really interesting to me right now? Your mind can wander on its own in many different ways, but there's going to be some thing, some idea, some image, some song, some game, some movie, some experience you had, some idea you heard, something, whatever it is that is compelling to you. It's like, that's the thing I want to do. That seems cool. I want to go discover in that area and tinker around and go searching through whatever that strange tunnel is over there. It might just come to you naturally, or maybe you need to flip through a book or go observe in public, like people watch, or listen to somebody's conversation, or observe nature, or reminisce on some memories or some times of your life that were interesting or full of emotion, or get out a piece of paper and sketch and doodle, or have a conversation with a friend or a family member. There is inspiration all around. You can find inspiration all over the place. There are a million, billion, trillion, there are endless YouTube videos that are going to tell you, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Advice, tips. I give advice and tips. I'm giving advice right now. There is no end to the amount of people that want to tell you this is the way to do the thing and you should be doing this and buy that and don't buy that and this thing's awesome and that thing sucks. And like, that's fine. That's fine and well, right? That's just human society. Yesterday, there was a knock at my front door, and when I answered it, there was a lady there. I'd never seen her before, and she was going door to door talking to people about the vote that is happening today. And she was wanting to persuade people or convince people to vote in favor of her side. And I said, well, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about the upcoming vote. I've been kind of putting it off. I'm going to get around to it before the actual vote and look into it and make up my mind to decide, which option I think is better. And so she told me her side, right? She said the reasons why I should vote this way and not vote the other way. Oh, yes. Okay. That does seem to make sense, what you're saying. I can see the benefits that you're talking about in avoiding certain problems that you want to avoid by not voting the other way. But I would like to see what the other side has to say. I would like to hear the other argument. I want to hear the pros and the cons of both sides. And she didn't like that. She couldn't handle that. And she once again expressed why it is people should vote the way that she wants people to vote. Well, yes, I did hear what you said about your side, but what about the other side? Could you tell me what is the other side saying that, is the reason to vote the other way for the other option? And all she could do was cast the other side in a negative light. She could not present to me what the pro is for the opposing side. She could not steelman the other side's argument. She could only strawman them and make them all seem like they are evil idiots and they're going to ruin the whole world. And she eventually ended up insulting me and interrupting me when I was just trying to ask questions. And I said, I'm done with this conversation. You don't even want to have a real conversation. I'm going back inside. You know what I want to do? I want to play Willow on NES with my son. That's what's interesting to me right now. I'm interested in the details of this game. The graphic style of that game I think is really cool. And I like how when you leave a town, the town music subtly fades out and is replaced by the adventuring into the wilderness music. And when you come across a monster, suddenly the wind starts blowing and the grass and the leaves start shaking, and the music then shifts and becomes battle music, but it's not completely different. It's not like Dragon Warrior or Final Fantasy where it's all of a sudden. I like how the magic in that game is not exactly magic spells like you typically have in games. They're actual items you get, like you get the magic acorns, and when you throw the acorns, it can freeze a monster or petrify them for a time. Or to heal, you get this healing mace. It's kind of like a golden scepter or wand, and that's what heals you. And you don't collect gold pieces and have to meticulously go buy and sell and trade and organize an inventory of all these little minor items. Really, there's no gold at all. So if you find a new sword or a new shield, it's something that you discover, a treasure in a special place. And to get a new sword or a new shield, it's not like there's some arbitrary seller of these powerful weapons in the towns, which actually is kind of strange. They are treasures that you find during the explorations and dungeon explorations, or they're given to you by NPCs at certain special moments. So that's what I wanted to be doing, and that is what I went back to doing, having this wonderful moment with my young son, him experiencing for the first time this game that meant something to me when I was a kid, and me creating these new memories of these moments with him. Not some blowhard ranting at me or even insulting me because I'm not just immediately jumping onto their bandwagon. No advice or ideas that I can give you or that any other creator or anyone else can give you is going to be better than you following your own inspiration, seeking out that which you are passionate about, and actually going and having the experience. Go actually play the game, run that session, make that character, design that monster or that little corner of your fantasy world. By going and doing it, you are going to discover more and learn more and improve more than you're going to be able to get out of any advice video on social media. So if anything I say in this video or any other video doesn't fully work for you, doesn't, really get your gears turning, don't worry about it. I make lots of videos and I've got a monthly newsletter. Something else might excite you, or maybe a monster or a deity outline that I present is going to put some wind into your sail. Something that you can actually take it and go and do something with it and have an adventurous experience with you and your friends. A big part of the reason why I don't spend more time doing review videos or critique videos, especially when it comes to like indie products, is because I would rather spend my time and my energy creating my own thing. I'm a creator, I'm an artist. That is my calling. I'm not a critic. Yes, I can do that. And yes, I do make videos from time to time that are critique videos or review videos. And that's fine and that's helpful and all good and well, but nothing is ever going to satisfy me or be as good a quality as the content in which I'm actually creating something. I have so many ideas that I want to do stuff with. I'll give you an example. This is something that came into my head while I was driving at night some months ago, and it just has not left my mind. All it is a scene, and it seems like the beginning of a D&D campaign. And I believe it takes place in Maripana, which is this realm that's way, way far down south in Ikoros. In fact, it's not known how far south it goes. The edge of the known world, of the explored world, is like there in the midst of this realm, and it keeps going south kind of beyond the map. And there are these two characters, these two men. They seem like knights. There's something like knights, and it's dark everywhere, but it's not dark because it's nighttime. It's dark because they've crossed the wall of shadow. There's this massive wall of darkness. And how high up does it go? Well, it goes all the way up, as far up as up can go. It goes all the way up to the sky, to the ethereal, I would presume. And it's not magical darkness in the sense of the spell darkness, where no one can see through it and illumination doesn't work. It functions much like just regular darkness, as though it's this land of always night. Ooh, that might be the name for that region, the land of always night. And these two warriors are traveling through it, and it's a bit windy and a bit cold, and they're riding on these creatures that I don't know what they are. I can see them in my head, but I don't know what the name of these creatures are. I've never seen something quite like this. The way that these creatures move when they're traveling at high speed is they jump, they do a big leap. They have these kind of powerful springing hind legs, and they leap up, and they have these membranes. They're mammals, and they have these, I think, membranes that are almost like wings, or like how a sugar glider has those sort of wings, and they're not flapping wings. They can't actually fly in the proper sense of the word fly, but when they leap up, they do this glide, this long glide. And then the riders, these knight or warrior men who ride atop these mounts, they wear these special cloaks that aid or contribute to that gliding effect. Like it adds an extra sail to the glide. And so that's the way these two men are traveling. And it's tense. They're going somewhere for a reason, and there's some kind of danger or time pressure. Something is about to happen, or they're running from something. I don't know, but they're moving with a purpose. And they're on these mounts that have this interesting cadence of where it's like up is the leap, and then the flapping of the cloaks of these knights, and the wind and the membranes of these beasts. And they do this long glide until they finally, hit the ground, not hit the ground, but they glide down to the ground where the beast lands. And in landing, that like coils up or loads the beast's leg muscles, and it just immediately springs again. So what are these? Horse, kangaroo, sugar glider beasts? I don't know what they're called. And that's it. That's all I know about the beginning to this adventure. It's just this one beginning. It's not even the whole scene. It's just the beginning of the scene, but it's an image and a tone and a feeling, and it grabs me so much, and I really, really want to do something with that. So those are the sorts of ideas that come to me. And from time to time, big, gripping, compelling ideas come to me, and I get excited, and they don't leave my mind. And that's what I want to follow, is that sort of passion. I'm not saying I will never do it, that I'll never cover, the hot topic of the day. Sometimes I do, but it has to be the right time, the right thing happening. Today, the idea of covering the hot topics and the news and the controversies, my mind is like a donkey that just stubbornly is digging its hooves into the dirt and is not going to cooperate. Ooh, I've got this other idea. This has been in my head for even longer. So it's somewhere far northern. It's a cold place. It's snowy. It's a rugged landscape. It's removed from civilization where we're at in this scene. And there is a great battle that has unfolded. We're sort of in the aftermath of the battle. And there are two smaller groups left of these two armies, right? These two forces. And the leaders of the two armies square off, and they have this final duel, and they go into it, damaged and ragged. And there's this final stand. I suppose it's more than just the leaders, because the remaining squads of soldiers or warriors or whatnot, they are also fighting in this as well. But there is this at the center, these two leaders clashing, and the player characters, they're on one side. They're in, among the remnants of one of the armies, and their side wins. Like their leader deals the death blow to the enemy leader, and the player side, their warriors triumph at a cost, though, and like some of their side dies as well. They prevail ultimately against the enemies, and as they are resting, right, the sun is starting to sink low in an already pretty cold, hostile environment. A massive beast appears out of the gorge, or comes down off the craggy slope. This, I don't know what it is, if it's a rimmer has or it's a long, cold lands monstrosity, and it's a powerful thing, and it wipes out what's left of the character's army. And so the player characters, they are among the scattering men who are fleeing for their survival in the face of this horror, and they take shelter somewhere. There's a place nearby that through skill or through luck, they're able to take shelter until this, monstrosity has gorged itself on the bodies of the fallen, maybe taken their effects as treasure and slunk back to its own lair. And thus starts this adventure, or this campaign, that is a survival in this hostile, cold, rugged northern wilderness, trying to make it back after this devastating war has wrapped up. I could talk about ideas like this all day long. This is my language. This is my lifeblood. So I'm going to keep creating and doing what I'm doing, and hopefully you all will keep enjoying the worlds and the stories that I tell, and that you can use some of these ideas and seeds of inspiration to then go on and create things of your own and run adventures of your own. That's my great dream, is to share the inspiration. So I'm immensely grateful to everyone who watches these videos, who interacts with them. I'm grateful to everyone who supports me over on Patreon and helps make all of these projects and the whole channel everything that it is. I really could not do this without you guys. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And I will see you in another video sometime soon. May your adventures be many.